Oh. Now the question is, are we live for real? Who knows what's going on? Cool. It's been so long since I last streamed that they've changed the interface and I don't know what to do now. I don't even know if I'm live because before you needed to click go live and now it just says end stream, so I'm just like, but am I live though? But I guess I am. Okay, cool beans. Oh, am I private? Am I private? What is happening? Is this private? It is private! Oh my god, I'm not live. For real. I'm like fake live. I'm just like confusing myself at this point. Oh my gosh. I tricked myself. Yes. 8th channel D-Days. Dream, whatever. Save. Oh, it's public. I don't need to monetize this, that's fine. But am I live for real? Who knows? I need to check. Am I actually live? Wait, where am I? What am I doing? Oh no, I need to go to my channel. Am I live? Oh! Why, look at that! My video exists. How amazing. Okay, so how do I move around everything so I can see? Oh. Brilliant. Brilliant. Clearly, I know what I'm doing. Good. Good. So, trying to do the channel's 8th birthday since I forgot. And I want to do something. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Good stuff. Okay. Cool beans. So, yeah, since I forgot to do the channel birthday video for the 8th year, and I kind of want one for every year, so we're gonna do it now, and we're gonna do a live stream, and cool beans. Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend that this is working, so so what I usually do for the channel birthday videos is, you're probably getting background. Okay, so we're gonna play this game in the background, but I'm gonna talk a bit first. So I usually go through some numbers if anyone's interested in like channel numbers for like the last year, and then like what was last year for the channel, but honestly nothing, like it existed, which I think is a pretty good goal to reach, right? And then the future of the channel, which is kind of the same. It's just like existing, just existing really is the goal, which I again think is pretty good. It's pretty good. So now have a game here where I think the audio should be fine. We'll just pretend everything's fine. So it's 80 days, and it is indeed this playthrough seed in which Phileas Fogg and Passepartout accept each other. The one is mastered and smith. Yeah, so this is wait, what am I doing here? Oh, that's fine. I know, I'm clicking. It's based on the Jules Verne story, Around the World in 80 Days. So let's start, because we do want to do something in the background. So we're gonna start in London. We are going to begin I need to double check things again. Should be public. I just get so nervous when I'm streaming. I'm like, is anything working? I don't know. Am I actually managing things? I think so. Okay, yeah. Okay, once again, I'm gonna pretend that everything works. Great. Life. Okay, so we're gonna start in London. I'm gonna get to some of the stats. I don't think there is voice here. I'm not even getting sound. Okay, no, there's no voice. Okay. Monsieur Phileas Fogg returned home early from the Reform Club, and in a newfangled steam carriage besides. I helped him down, and the iron-lunged, steam-driven horses clattered away. Passepartout, he said, we are going around the world. Around the world, monsieur? Very good, monsieur. Oh, no, I have to make choices. I like when the butlers are just like, yes, everything makes sense. Very good, monsieur, I murmured dutifully, not believing a word of it. We shall circumnavigate the globe within 80 days. He was quite calm as he proposed his wild scheme. We leave for Paris on the 8:25 in an hour. But of course. Of course we do. It's completely. Yes. I answered, still extremely suspicious. He nodded. Good. Pack an altimeter and my evening jacket. There is not a moment to waste. You, Passepartout, now have funds. Your character is now dependable. Sounds good. New routes discovered. I saw Copenhagen. Wait, quickly, Passepartout. Collect our things and we will be off. Is there a... Oh, is there a minigame here? We have 4,000 pounds. Good stuff. Day 1. These minutes are counting down very fast. I feel like those are some very fast minutes right there. Fogg's apartment. There was just a moment to seize anything further than that I thought might be useful for our long trip. He wants his evening jacket and altimeter. Maybe we should have a European shipping timetable, but who knows? Ships in Europe will be visible on the globe. Valuable in Vienna, Copenhagen, and Paris. Of interest to humorous, stalwart, official, and soldier types. Part of the air traveler set. Part of the Englishman's wardrobe set. 2 out of 3 owned. We also have wool trousers and wool shirts with us, which, I mean, seems like a good idea. Oh, yes, we can't, like, actually fit everything, so I'm gonna take the shipping timetable, honestly. I guess we could sell this in Paris, but what is this? Do I have likes in this game? Is that life? Who knows? Okay, I'm done packing. What do I do now? Oh, do I just like leave? Oh! Our completed Englishman's wardrobe should help us negotiate times with upper class of... What? Should help us negotiate times of upper class... Yes, I know how to speak words. Upper class journeys. Okay, so we have new routes discovered. Oh, alright. Okay, so what is this? We have 100 hearts. We have likes on Instagram, I guess. Zoom out, zoom in. What are we doing? Zoom out. Oh! Okay, well, we have to go to Paris now, but after that, we can go Christiania. Why are we not going to Oslo? Huh. Stockholm, Helsinki, St. Petersburg, Warsaw, Minsk, Berlin, Prague, Vienna, Budapest, Munich, Venice, Zurich, Nice, Lisbon, Tangier, Marrakesh. We should go to some other... We should go out into the sea, I guess. No, but we should go to some other places. Okay, let's go to Paris first. Arrives tomorrow. Or, I mean, it's not like we can go anywhere else, so Paris. What are these letters? Amphitrite Express. There we go. Departing now. The guard's van has space for 1 suitcase, which will suffice. Travel. This looks like a bearable option. There are unbearable options? Okay. Amphitrite Express. Oh. Are we going in the steampunk... Oh, the mechanical horses raced past Piccadilly Circus. Wait, are the mechanical horses gonna just like run over the water? What? Raced past Piccadilly Circus and Pall Mall faster than a team of thoroughbreds. Even so, the whistle of the 8:25 was blowing as we pulled up to Charing Cross Station. We have no tickets, I exclaimed. We raced along the concourse and threw ourselves on board. We have no tickets. That does not signify, Monsieur Fogg remarked over his shoulder as he hurried toward the platform. We must not miss this train. I rushed after him and we leapt aboard, but I dashed to the ticket booth. Judging that there was a moment to spare, elbowing aside a few ladies and gentlemen. I was frustrated by a queue. We gonna miss it? Parbleu, was everyone attempting to flee London this evening? Excuse me, I called politely. But I'm in a desperate hurry. Gentleman in front turned surprised. I beg your pardon? My train is about to leave, monsieur. Are we gonna miss the train? What a bother, the man replied and then stepped aside to offer me his place at the ticket counter. 2 singles to Paris, I demanded breathlessly. The guard raised his pen. Leaving tomorrow? Leaving immediately. And hurry. The whistle of the train shrieked once more. I drummed my fingers onto the counter and cursed under my breath. From behind me I heard another whistle. The guard inscribed one ticket, then the other, with a painstaking hand, then passed them to me. The final whistle blew long and slow and damning. The 8:25 train was pulling away. I leapt wildly for the guardrail. I waved at the guard to stop the train. I guess we leap for the guardrail? Hauled myself aboard one-handed, tickets clutched in the other fist. I confess, my friends, I had been an acrobat in my youth. Before becoming a valet, apparently the two professions were not so different as they seemed. We were passing Dartford when I located Monsieur Fogg in one of the compartments. He looked up briefly and returned to his newspaper. I had told the ticket inspector that you will be appearing presently, he remarked, unperturbed. Your funds have gone down a little. Not £45. Relationship with Fogg has strengthened slightly. I'm in one fine form, but we must make haste. Okay, cool. We can converse, but whatever. Oh, more stuff is happening. Okay, let's do that when we come to Paris. London's smog gave way to rolling hills and the pastures of the Kentish countryside. We're not even out of the UK yet. Still untouched by the hand of technological advancement. Monsieur Fogg read his paper while I recovered my breath. I demanded to know the purpose of the journey. We passed the day in silence, I guess. Until a guard rapped on our door a few miles before Dover. We're about to submerge. Oh, okay, they're going underwater with the train. Take some people a bit funny, so watch out. Very good, I replied, as though submerging inside a 1,000-ton metal train was quite ordinary for me. If you feel claustrophobic, the guard replied, try running up and down the corridor. I always find the exercise helps. With that, he closed the door. I mean, he's helpful, though. I could not help a shiver. I pressed my face to the window glass. Would Monsieur Fogg be claustrophobic? I doubted it. He appeared not to be constrained by mere matters of place and circumstance. An alarm sounded as the fins above the amphitrite's wheels extended with a hydraulic hiss. Night fell and we plunged past the end of the track into the freezing water of the English Channel. We're just never getting to Paris. It is taking all the times. The amphitrite plowed through the water overnight. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Okay. And splashed up onto wider gauge French tracks at Calais as dawn broke. Do you have a route in mind, monsieur? I demand to know the purpose of the journey. I began to consider what we might require for our journey. Loose clothing for hot weather and furs for cold, driving clothes for roads, and weatherproof gear for boats. Well, we would have to purchase necessary items. Will we venture north or south? I inquired deep in thought. East, he replied with utter certainty. Even so, there are several routes to consider. But which is safest? Monsieur Fogg raised an eyebrow. There's no place in the world which is not safe for an Englishman. Okay, he said coolly and with great finality. Parbleu, I scarcely knew what to think. We arrived at Paris Gare du Nord just after 1 o'clock. Automaton porters lifted our luggage and then our persons, okay, onto the platform with long, delicately filigreed iron arms. Paris, city of my heart, I was home but not to stay. I mean, are we even getting there? Like, oh, we are. Some of our possessions could be sold handsomely here. Okay. Sure, we'll do that. We will look into money in Paris, and then we need to figure out where to go next. I think we can go wherever we want, presumably after this, but yeah. First though, since this is the channel birthday, let me just double check everything for the millionth time. Cool beans. Okay, so no, I did not mean to. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Good question where we can go after this. How do I get back into Paris? Take me back into Paris, please. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Yes, since this is the amazingly exciting 8th birthday video stream thing for the channel. Amaze beans. While we're playing 80 days around the world, I usually go through some numbers for the channel for like the last year. People are, for anyone who's interested, so I can say that in that case, I mean, the channel birthday is the 9th of December, so it's pretty much like the calendar year, but apparently YouTube tells me that, oh, time is ticking. Oh no. No, don't do that. Does time still tick here? You're around the world in 2 days and counting. Okay. This might be a better place to pause at because I totally forgot that time is ticking in this game. Valeting, remarkable, comfortable. There are 169 cities. Okay, focus. So, for 2020, basically, for the 8th year, 472,000 views. Apparently, YouTube says I made $594. Cool beans. Some of the most popular videos is the Anka game, which I'm not super surprised about because I got a lot of comments on those about like that people played that game like years and years ago, which is really cool. Apparently most people are on the channel Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 5 p.m. European time. Or Central European time, Swedish time. And it's the top 5 countries where people watching are based are the US, UK. US is like 31.5%, and then it goes down to 6.2% for UK. Then it's India, Germany, and Canada. It's sort of equal gender-wise. I mean, YouTube only has like binary genders, but yeah. And then age range, most people are between 18 and 34, which I mean makes sense. And apparently October last year was the highest month in revenue. I don't know why, but yes. So time is ticking very fast. The minutes are seconds. Markets. Tucked away in the 7th arrondissement is my favorite market street. Do we want an extra suitcase? I don't know. Do we want to sell our European shipping table? Sell for 15. Sell for 540. Will we ever need that? I have no idea. Part of the air traveler set. Air sickness is psychological, and altimeter can be most reassuring. What is this? Geometry equipment. Valuable in Copenhagen. Chateau d'Yquem wine, I guess. A magnificent bottle of Chateau d'Yquem. Worth 2,300 in Berlin. Okay, but like that's... I mean, if we go to Berlin, that's pretty good money-wise. Traveling cloak. Shaving kit. Was that my phone? No. Okay, I'm hearing things. Good stuff. Should we buy this just to make money? Hello, Kitty. And I mean everyone else is here too, obviously. Routes for ships in Europe are now visible on the globe. I mean, is it that important? I don't know. I feel like we can make a lot of money if we go to Berlin, though, so... I don't know how I sell, though. Yay! Okay, buy that. Thank you. Now we just need to make it to Berlin. Oh, hello, Queen Unicorn. This game is called 80 Days, and it's based on the 80 Days Around the World by novel by Jules Verne. So we are playing, if you know the story, we were playing as Passepartout, who is the valet of the dude who decides to go around the world in 80 days to win a bet. It's pretty much like a traveling visual novel, I guess. I figured it was like calm enough for this, but also like there's a bit of like story to it and deciding where to go next and stuff. This is worth 2,300 in Berlin. Yeah, so we need to make it to Berlin. Wait, how do I get out of the shop? I have no idea. Oh, there we go. The market, I mean. We can stay at a hotel. Oh yeah, it's actually, I think I played this once a long time ago and it was actually kind of rather nice. Oh, how do we get to Berlin? That's like super far away. I don't know how we travel. Open luggage. Overview. You've only seen the movie. I don't know if I've seen a movie. I don't even know if I've read. I think I might have listened to the book actually once. Take screenshot. Overview. I guess we can't travel at night. I don't know. Let's stay at a hotel though. I guess we'll pass the night here. We took a hotel for the night. We will be comfortable here, Monsieur Fogg remarked, but traveling overnight will often be more efficient. So we must board the longest journey available where possible. We cannot travel where it is not possible, certainly, he replied. Still, the surrounds of the Hotel Ritz were most enjoyable. Clock is ticking. We must decide our next steps. Yes. The one with Jackie Chan. Oh, is he in a version? That's pretty cool. Okay, we're exploring the city. Oh, okay. So that's how you know where you can go next. Okay, that makes sense. We had a few hours to spare. Asked Monsieur Fogg if I might enjoy my city before we had to leave. Indeed, and should you learn anything of note, be sure to relay it. But do not waste any time. We have no time to spare. I nodded and headed into town. The talk on the streets was of one thing only, an enormous, elegant oval stadium constructed upon the green fields of Champ de Mars and containing the technological marvels, art, amusement parks, and milling crowds of the World's Fair of 1872. My city still wore the scars of last year's siege. Oh. I ventured inside, but I was certain Mr. Fogg did not intend for me to visit fairs. Oh, hello, Mick! A stream you didn't know about. Technically, I announced it in the, like, I know that people don't, like, see that much, but in the, what's it called, the community tab, they'll, like, post things there. I made a post there about, streaming today, I think. I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I'm too sleep deprived. I don't remember what is life? What is life? I've had a wild week. I don't know what life is anymore, so... Now we're here. What? Well, I'm glad I'm cute. I strive to be cute, entertaining, and educational. Especially when people don't want. They don't plan on learning something, and I'm just like, do you know what is a random fact? No, anyways. Okay. I guess we should not go inside because we're here to travel. So I enjoyed a brief cup of coffee and then returned to my master, armed with some options for the next leg of our journey. Relations with Fogg have strengthened slightly. Your character is now dab-handed. What does that mean? I actually don't know exactly what that means. The clock is standing still in the game. Okay, I am gonna I'm gonna Google. What is dab-handed? Dab-handed meaning. Okay, that didn't help me. Then you can be dab-handed at cricket. What does dab-handed mean? Very proficient. I'm good with that. Too many YouTubers don't teach anything. Well, not everyone has to be teaching, obviously. You can do just like I was gonna say educational content. Entertaining content, but yes. Ah yes, being a dab hand means skilled. Hey, if people don't like random facts, Jeopardy wouldn't still be a thing. True. True. We do like facts. Okay, now we can actually depart somewhere. So we have this wine that we can sell for a bunch of money in Berlin. So we should try to get to Berlin because I'm pretty sure we will need money at some point. Wait, why did the map do that? Okay, so we could go to Amsterdam. We could go... Well, we do want to get... I would like to get to Berlin over here. So let's go to Amsterdam. Yeah, sure. -5... Oh no, I'm gonna lose 5 of my Instagram likes or something. I don't know. Before 5 p.m. Private car to Amsterdam. The car's roof has space for 1 suitcase, which will suffice. The open road. This will be a bothersome experience. Ah, I see. That is a very open car. But let's go. Let us go. We found a member of the Coachmakers Guild to carry us to Amsterdam. She loaded the case onto the back, stoked the boiler. Sounds dangerous, but I mean, if you know what you're doing. And took off at high speed along a coastal road, swerving around each corner with considerable skill and I think a touch of recklessness, some glee at our discomfort, a touch of showmanship. Oh, wait, someone said that their community tab was gone? Weird. I thought it was the other way around, that they just, like, gave everyone the community tab. Weird. No, I'm pretty sure it's not gone. Oh, is my audio hitting the roof? Cool beans. Because, like, if you browse YouTube on the phone, like on mobile, you automatically get those, like, posts that are usually found in the community tab. Like, you get all those automatically, right? But you don't get them on PC, at least, I know. Or, like, a browser, I guess. Then you have to, like, actually, like, manually go to the community tab, which I still feel a little weird. Why wouldn't you get that in your subscriptions on browser, too? They could just show you the posts. Like, I don't understand why you... If you're subscribed to this person, why wouldn't you show them on the browser, too? Why only in the phone app? Maybe it's on the TV, too. I'm not sure. But, that's weird that they lost their community tab. Huh. Well, I guess I gotta start using my Twitter or something. Let's see. A touch of showmanship. Let's go. I clung on tight. This would be a terrific ride. Terrific not as in good, but in the original as in terrifying. Your character is now bright. Cool. I light up the world. I don't want to make, like, an entire video every time. Like, I plan on going, like, I could do that, obviously, and people would see that more, but, like, it feels unnecessary to put, like, a whole video, but maybe I should go back to doing that so everyone actually sees what's going on. Why would I want to wait? I can converse, but I don't really care. Once or twice, the metal-rimmed wheels lifted the chassis. Wait, several chassis? Why are we several? Are we supposed to be plural? Maybe. Clear from the road on one side, only to bump down after a chuff and puff more of the engine. We were jolted around like so much poultry. We must have topped 40. Perhaps even 50 miles an hour. A fabulous way to travel. A ghastly state of affairs. It sounds like a ghastly state of affairs, honestly. Like, no. I am not out here to disease. And the Polish inventor Bozek, who had first attached a perfectly decent locomotive engine underneath a flimsy wooden crate, had a lot to answer for. Such cars were growing in popularity, I set about concocting ways to ease our suffering. A jacket stuffed under the behind, a shirt wrapped around the ears, jaw clenched, upper lip stiff, and prayers muttered. As we rattled along, I spoke to our driver. I attended to Monsieur Fogg, I guess. Oh, chassis is written like a plural, but it's actually not. Okay. Okay. Alright. In Swedish, we use the same word, but we don't spell it with an S at the end, so I was like, is it plural? Okay, so it is actually chassis, and it's one, but it's spelled like plural. Okay, cool. Thank you. Hello, my friend. You have visited half the country shown on the world map. And Sweden's got the best long horse steakhouse. I mean, I wouldn't know, but let's attend to Monsieur Fogg. No cap. I attended to Monsieur Fogg, concerned that he would be suffering as I was. Somehow I had to ensure we did not travel in cars again. Alright, car next it is. The evening jacket could earn us well here. Oh, really? It's late though, so we're gonna have to stay the night. We'll pass the night here. And we get some hearts from that. Okay. Though the people of Amsterdam move about its canal-side streets with a sense of optimism and good cheer. Reminds me, I've actually been to Amsterdam once. I felt no pressing need to linger. One look at their buildings tells another story. Our own mission left little time for exchanging pleasantries. I guess. I found a street peddler who greeted me with a cheerful smile beneath a caterpillar-like mustache. We're going around the world. What is the cheapest way out of the city? What's the fastest way on from here? Car, I suppose. The roads are good. The canals used to be better, but now they seem almost out of date, he sighed. It is a curse to be rich in the past. By the time the future rolls around, you are poor again. Maybe you'll be rich again sometime. I find the rich mostly stay rich. He shrugged, and I began to wonder whether that truism would apply to my master, but after our journey was done, the peddler reached into his pocket. Buy an apple, £1. Sure, £1. I'll buy it. And took it with a smile. What's the cheapest way out of the city? He mused. Most likely the hydrofoil heading north to Norway, he shrugged. It's fine enough if you don't mind being jolted around. Is Norway worth visiting? Is it worth coming up into Scandinavia? You know? Do we have anything here, really? He shrugged and made a vague gesture. I hear the Norwegians are moving underground. What did they do? Did they have too much oil? What happened? Anyways, who knows? They have strange ways over there. I mean, I'm Swedish, but like I feel like, you know, Scandinavian targeted. There was, of course, the route following the canal south. In particular, the route towards the Rhine, though I feared that to end up in Munich after nearly a week of travel would hardly please my hard-driving master. So many choices, all that remained was to choose how best to depart. Your funds have gone down a touch. Okay. We need to go to Berlin to make money. The bank opens at 10. Okay, well, I guess. Or the market opens at 7, actually. We don't need the bank. We just need the market, really. Come on. Yes. I would like to sell this. No, what am I saying? We're not in Berlin. Ooh. Contact details for European carriage drivers. Oh, so if we have that, then... Oh, we have another... Okay. Lost sketch of Rembrandt, depicting a set of outline figures worth 7,200 in Munich. No, but we can buy this. £1. Sure. Okay, but will we actually be able to take everything with us, though? Oh, look at that. Oh. Warsaw. Sofia. Meteora Valley. I don't even know what country that is. Now we're in Egypt. Marrakesh. Is that in... what's it called? Morocco? That's what I want to try to say. Alright, let's go. We need to go to Berlin. Private car. With 2. Tomorrow at 8. Tomorrow at 8 a.m.? No! We missed it? I missed it? Oh no. Okay, what is this? Departs for Munich tomorrow. What? Tomorrow? We cannot go this way today. Oh, everything is tomorrow? Okay, but then we can just go to Berlin tomorrow, honestly. Okay. We'll have to spend the night. Well, we can't go anywhere, apparently, because we're, like, too early. No, wait. No. Fine, we'll explore. I took a few hours to explore, investigating the various options for how we might continue our journey. Yeah, it didn't really give us much. Okay, hotel. Okay, it is time. With what remained of the day, I did some minor alterations to our clothing. I spent a few hours polishing shoes in the lobby. I spent a while talking to the hotelier. I spent a few hours polishing shoes in the lobby. Are you just polishing everyone's shoes? Like... to learn what I could, but gathered little of use. Oh, okay, so that was meaningless. Anyways. Yes, please. Can we go to Berlin? The roof of the car is space for 2 suitcases, which will suffice. Uncomfortable conditions and the open road. This promises to be a bothersome option, but the Englishman's wardrobe should make things easier. Sure. Let's go. I begged Monsieur Fogg, no more cars, not so soon. Would he be moved? Oh no. In we climbed, preparing to journey another few hundred miles to the heart of Germany. We hired the same drivers before. You two, she exclaimed. Get in. Yay! More car. Oh, okay, I'm not even doing anything. We're just zooming out for funsies. I've been to Copenhagen, Amsterdam, Cambridge. I was not at Oxford. I was at Cambridge. Like 3 weeks, a summer. Language. The journey was every bit as unenjoyable as I had anticipated. Still, it's not a valet's option to complain. I grew so petulant and desperate for a relief. So I weathered every bump and dip in the road, but I cannot say I relished a minute of it. Perhaps Monsieur Fogg did not either. Certainly he expressed no joy, though if he truly enjoys anything, I have not discovered it. Perhaps my master is in fact an English automaton, so wonderfully built as to have no rough edges, no feelings of any sort. Relations with Fogg have strengthened slightly. Yes, we are best buddies. Oh. Oh, Fogg? What is this? We made good progress in the car. I was in agony, but I am a Frenchman, and we do not complain. Finally, we came upon sight of tiled roofs, the harbor, and the smell of herring. We had arrived in Berlin. Oh, okay. Chateau wine could earn us well here. Yes, here. Buy this for 2,300. Yes. Caribbean timetable. 63 toothed gear. Worth in Khartoum. Part of the railwayman set. We can buy the Caribbean timetable, I guess. Sure. Seems like you have made an excellent trade. Thank you. Havana? That is Cuba. New Orleans. Nassau. Nassau. Is that Puerto Rico that's over here? Like outside Florida there? Okay, let's just continue. We need to get east. Can we get to Warsaw? No? Okay. How do I get back into Berlin? Come on. Oh, it's PM. Okay, fine. We stayed the night in the Hotel Adlon on Unter den Linden. Sure. The main boulevard in the central Mitte district. From the window, the Brandenburg Gate was lit by upturned gas lamps. I decided to retire early. I went for a late night stroll. Sure. Along the avenue, past groups of people drinking at low tables. I sat down beside a pair of ladies. I sat with a man who was demonstrating various engine noises. I stayed clear of it all. Sat down beside a pair of ladies who were each trying to outdrink the other. I kept score for them. I'm not here to drink. As jug by jug, they slid slowly underneath the outdoor table onto the cobblestones beneath. The evening was riotous, and I learned from my new friends, Adele and Claudia, that you could pick up stopwatches in Stockholm. You can sell for profit in Budapest. We don't have time to do that, but sure. Relations with Fog have strengthened slightly. Okay. Still don't know where we can go. We'll have to go down to Munich. Do we want to do that? I guess we could... From there we can... depart tomorrow. No. Let's explore. There we go. Berlin, they tell me, was once filled with the glorious sound of people speaking French. Not so anymore. Now there's nothing but the crashing of gears. It seems so foul on the streets. We did not go out. Every street corner is equipped with rotatories, and wheeled systems that spin glass globes this way and that. Their purpose is quite unclear, but I noticed people walking quickly past them. But when I investigated one, by throwing my shoes at it. Why would you do that randomly out in public? Just start throwing shoes at stuff. What is going on? Clambering up the pole. I don't know about that either, but like, I'm not throwing my shoes. Using my acrobatic training, much to my master's horror, I found it was a solid crystal sphere with no openings and nothing inside. The mystery persisted until nightfall, when these globes all lit up and the people of Berlin clustered around the warmth of the globes to drink beer and converse. It seems they work hard here, but they celebrate with equal vigor. We avoided the festivities, guarding our wallets and heads against the thick wheat beer they drink here, which looks to me more like a puree of oatmeal. Yes. Then a decent lager. The afternoon turned to evening and we finished our explorations of Berlin. What does the bank do, actually? I don't remember. We must visit the bank, Monsieur Fogg declared. A robbery? Sure. Certainly not. But do you suppose I put my entire fortune into a carpet bag under your supervision? Of course. I did not answer. I regarded the bank as we entered, the manager of the bank as we entered, a small man who greeted us with practiced interest. You wish to withdraw funds? We were told. I warn you, it may take some time. Oh, we'll just stay here for a week and get 5,000. No, we cannot afford even a single day. I declared. We swept out of the bank. Thankfully, our situation is not desperate, my master declared. Onwards. No, it is not. It's not desperate at all. You can pick up stopwatches you can sell for profit. No, I do not want to do that. Oh, we have to wait for tomorrow anyways. Or we could be in Munich. I suspect this departure could be adjusted. Sure. Seems they're pretty demanding. No. Oh, but in that case... I don't know. Not even making it out of the Europe. We'll go tomorrow then. As night fell, I afforded my master every service. I spent a few hours walking around. I succeeded only in having my pocket picked. Oh no. That sucks. Ooh, train. The North German Express to Warsaw at 1 p.m. The luggage rack has space for 10 suitcases, far more than we need. This will be a bearable experience. Okay. The newly amalgamated German Reich Railways made a political point to their efficiency to quiet any nationalist rumblings. The departures left at the moment they claimed, not a second before and not a second after. I am not accustomed to such precision. Suspecting as much, I attempted to plan ahead. Loading all the luggage a full hour early and ensuring Monsieur Fogg was installed the moment the guards lifted the gate. However, in my preparations, I somehow left my own ticket behind. I was forced to buy a forgery from an old woman with only one tooth and was forced to jump the barrier. I don't know what's better, not having a ticket or having a forgery, a forged ticket. What is best? I don't know. I feel like both look equally bad. Does the forged one look worse? I don't. Buy the forgery just for funsies, which he used to cut the punch holes into a blank ticket. I was highly suspicious. I had no choice but to trust. Highly suspicious of this racketeer and waited for a moment to try the ticket when the guards were not looking. Unfortunately, I waited too long. As the train pulled away, I cursed. The guards came to investigate, found my spittle-stained ticket, and dragged me away. I spent the night in the station's private cell while my gracious captors sent a wire to Warsaw for Monsieur Fogg to consider bailing me out upon his arrival. Your funds have gone down a little? 0. What? No. I knew it. Forgery is worse. Getting around the world in 80 days is not that easy. But it's not meant to be, I presume. The North German Express is very slow. What? I spent the day imprisoned, pacing backwards and forwards with nothing to do but chew my fingernails to the quick and curse myself roundly. Was this the end of my adventure around the world? Surely not. But then the keys rattled in the iron door. One of the guards informed me that Monsieur Fogg had vouched for me. A gentleman's word needs no further proof. I really think it should, in general. Like, I'm glad it works here, but like in general, I'm like, just like, well, he's a gentleman, so clearly he would never lie. Like, what? And so which, I mean, would be the purpose of being a gentleman, but like, humans are capable of lying. So they hauled me from the cell and put me on the next train. I have never been so grateful to be aboard a locomotive. Oh, okay, that's why it was slow. Come on. Who are we conversing with? I don't know what's going on. It was a way the countryside rolled past, and I spent the journey relaxing or worrying? Worrying, probably. About how my master would regard this day's delay. It was, after all, entirely valet-caused, alas. Monsieur Fogg met me on the platform as I stepped from the train. Waited for him to speak. Come along, Passepartout, he said, and turned on his heel. I hurried after him into the town. Your character is now zestful. What? Okay. I don't, does that mean anything for the game? I don't think so. Zestful. Zestful. Characterized by great enthusiasm and energy. Okay, cool beans. Yes, Warsaw. The evening jacket could earn us well here. Yes, but I don't think I want to sell it. Valuable in Athens, Helsinki, and Minsk. A cereal scented candle. Valuable in Thessaloniki, St. Petersburg, and Astrakhan. Fur coat. Part of the Russian gentleman's wardrobe set. Sure. We have the money back as well. Sell for 5 to official, earnest, and soldier types. You know what? We'll sell that. I'll actually buy this candle. And kind of hope that we're going into Russia, I guess. Can't think why you would want to carry smelly candles around the world with you. Clearly, I'm starting a candle MLM. Duh. Gotta get out there and social sell to people. Wait, where are we? Oh, I thought we were in Budapest for some reason. There we are in Warsaw, yes. Spend the night. We walked the streets of Warsaw, feeling the air of a different continent all around. Excuse me, what? Different continent? Last I checked, Poland was still in Europe. What do you mean, different continent? What? No. I mean, fine. Well, I guess it's 1897 or whatever, but like... Poland is in Europe. What do you mean? In less than 2 generations, the Tsars had made this little outpost. Oh, okay. So you mean it's part of Russia. Outpost all their own. But there were the signs of dissent on every corner. They have made it much nicer too. I don't know. Dissent, I guess. For on every building project in the city, there were glued pamphlets declaring the Russians to be dogs, fiends, and Philistines. Okay. We walked further, however, and saw no disturbances. It seems the revolutionary types have been placated by prosperity, rounded up and shot. Placated by prosperity, maybe? In fact, our hostelier told us later that the pamphlets themselves are produced by machines buried by the rebels during the Troubles. No one has yet found them to switch them off. Oh, okay. Explore. Going out in the day, I encountered an incredible creature as tall as a house, with wide swinging metal arms like a rampaging giant. I stared, gawping as the terrible machine stomped from foot to foot, slowly rotating. Then I saw that in his chest was a man using levers and switches. Is it levers or is it levers? Depends on if you have a UK or US accent. Haha. Sorry, my phone subscription tab and your channel's recent activity business announcement only showed up on the community tab. Go figure. Wow, that's weird. On my phone, I see all of that. Maybe I just have magic settings, or honestly, YouTube is like your community tab, like not relevant. But I mean, I can make announcement videos. It's not like I stream that often, so my posts just don't exist. But okay, good to know, I guess, that not everyone sees them because YouTube makes sense. Okay. Sure, let's wave to the dude in the colossal device. The walking exoskeleton. He looked down and tipped his cloth cap. What is this thing? I demanded. I demanded? Rude. It's a kodunki, he said, from Novorossiysk. Novorossiysk. Sure. They've shipped a few in to help us with the building work. Excuse you say. It's a small town on the far side of the Black Sea, he replied. I don't know why they have a surplus of these things there. But they're good at making them, I guess. He pulled a lever, or a lever, and the machine drew back a massive arm. Are you safe up there? Absolutely, he called back. You're more at risk down there. The drawn back arm smashed into a wall and the building fell into a cloud of dust. I jumped back. Excuse me, my friend called, but I must get back to work. What an incredible sight. Can we go to Minsk? Arrives today. Yes. Belarus Express. The luggage rack has space for 2 suitcases, which will suffice. Cold weather, this looks like a bothersome option, but the fur coat from our Russian gentleman's wardrobe set should set us to rights. So we actually get plus hearts, funnily enough. Nice. We clambered aboard the train. Monsieur Fogg settled in a far corner like a dusty old uncle. And I went to sit next to him or press my nose against the glass. Ready to attend to his wishes. He had none, of course, but to be left alone with his thoughts, whatever they were. So we rode in silence, a comfortable silence nonetheless. That's the best type, though, when you're, like, hanging with people where you can have, like, comfortable silence. You know that, like, you're getting along then, right? You can have comfortable silence. Are we getting there? Maybe? some point. YouTube is a mess. I know. What works for one person doesn't work for another person. I only get notifications on my old phone. Yes. I have to leave a like on my friend's replies for him to see my replies. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yes. YouTube is a bit of a mess. Which I probably would have noticed more if I was, you know, using it more. But yes, YouTube is a mess, which is good stuff. Not really. We arrived at Minsk after nightfall and disembarked. No, but like, yeah. I'll go back to making like announcement videos so that people like actually see things. But I mean, who knows if you actually see. Wow, why does the desktop audio just like increase? Can you chill? I'm not hearing the audio of the game, so I'm like, could you chill please? Like, up. Okay, cool. Make entire videos for that. That's fine. Oh. Wait a minute. Actually, why am I waiting? Oh, middle of the night. Yes. Okay. Can we? No. Wait a minute. Okay, we're in Moscow. No, we're in Minsk. Here we go. Yes. We'll pass the night here. A very cold newspaper man offered me a sip of Turkish coffee at a tram stop in Minsk. Your grandfather... my grandfather was French, he said blandly. Then we are compatriots. Was he also a journalist? Announcement videos featuring Sasha. Yes. My announcement videos, there's going to be a picture of Sasha in the background. My old announcement videos for streams was just like me writing in Photoshop like on screen when it was going to be glorious quality content. As always. I mean, my child is just quality. My channel is just quality content. Was he also a journalist? I inquired in interest. He spat onto the ground vehemently. I did not know him. He was one of Napoleon's soldiers. Minsk was occupied by the Grande Armée, I guess, during the invasion. He did not speak in a particularly accusative tone, but any words I tried to say in reply coagulated at the back of my throat. I managed to choke out, I am sorry. Sorry? He turned to me and smiled with half his mouth. What are you sorry for? You did nothing. He gestured with his cup. You are traveling? My phone. We head from here to Moscow, I think. We will cross Russia to Japan. Yes. Can we go to South Korea? I want to go into Asia. He gave me a downturned smile. Vladivostok is closed, he said. You'll have more luck going through China unless you're military. Thanks for the advice, I replied coolly. He narrowed his eyes at me. Our tram wheezed into the stop, and the conductor opened the doors. The newspaper man boarded. Enjoy your coffee, he added, without looking in my direction. I decided to wait for the next tram. I boarded with him, and he cracked a rare smile. If I were traveling, I know where I would choose to go. And where is that? Tehran, he replied to my surprise. An unusual choice? He laughed bitterly and tapped the newspaper under his arm. When I was younger, I knew a woman called Lina Palkala. Oh, sorry, Finnish. Excuse my sucky Finnish accent. Lina Palkala. Yes, I just offended the entire Finnish country. I'm sorry. A Finnish girl. She became a dancer. Now she passes herself off as Slavic and has just been signed up to dance exclusively in Tehran. I'm sure I will never see her again, but if I could, I would try. Then go, I can advise you on routes. I nodded sympathetically. There are other women, monsieur. I would never find her. Lina Palkala is gone. Her name is now Marina Poltavka. Sure. I don't think we need to explore. We want to go to Moscow. I think. Belarus Express. Cold weather. Oh, yes. ±0. Let's go. We have something we can sell in Russia, right? But I mean, Moscow is also Russia, obviously. So The train pulled out from Minsk station well after nightfall. Monsieur Fogg had taken to tapping his watch every time we began a new journey, as though he was recording the time of departure through some fantastical spring-operated signal. I mean, why not? Perhaps he was sending a message, most likely a nervous habit. Sure, he was sending a message, I buy that. This is steampunk, apparently. To whoever it was back in London persuaded him on this curious journey of ours. Let me check my phone. Apparently Longhorn in Sweden isn't that good, so random. There was little time to do anything before total darkness enveloped the train. Mysterious. Will there be a murder mystery? And will Hercule Poirot be on the train? That would be cool, but also highly concerning if someone dies, obviously. Okay, what does this do? Paris World Fair, a roaring success. The Times. Okay. Oh, we just we just read that. Okay. Morning came and we were still crossing the Russian countryside, the train moving on its slow and steady way. I spent the time talking to other passengers. Hoping to find options for our next leg, I met a charming Muscovite artist and had a pleasant, if unproductive, conversation, whom I quickly abandoned as knowing nothing. Sure, let's talk. That whiled the hours away. Finally, we pulled into the stone edifice that was Moscow station and disembarked. Actually, I should have been more efficient like that. We should have just been like, you clearly have no info. Goodbye. The pocket altimeter should be quite valuable here. Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay. Valuable here and in St. Petersburg. Okay, yeah. Top hat. Part of a gentleman traveling set. Part of the rest and recuperation set. False passport. Ooh. Left of the law set. Are you right or to the left of the law? Who knows? A cool compress. Perfect for soothing aching muscles. Nah. We good. Let's... Ooh, I missed exploring, I guess. Sure. Oh, is it 10? Yes. I have an alarm for 10 every night that says go to bed. Do I go to bed at 10? No, that's why I'm sleep deprived with a headache. Good stuff. No, my headache is actually better. But don't be sleep deprived if you can avoid it. Tip. Moscow was not a comfortable city for a Frenchman. A local composer had just written a piece people were calling the 1812 overture, commemorating the Russian victory over Napoleon's invading Grande Armée in that fateful year. Yeah, most people invading Russia. Yes, no. Patriotic passions were at fever pitch, but I did not let that stop me, so I stayed very sensibly indoors. Alas, my friends, my solitude was quickly interrupted by an officious rap on the door. Two men in clothes so plain that they were most certainly police officers invited themselves in. The new Tsar was a paranoid sort. I had heard of the Okhrana, the newly formed secret police which investigated revolutionaries and malcontents. My luck, it seemed, had deserted me, so I resolved to make my own or escape out the back door. Make my own, I guess. They asked me my name and purpose, and I answered deferentially, lied audaciously and wildly. No. Keeping to the truth and not raising my eyes from the floor. They seemed skeptical about our journey, and I could not blame them. Anyone with half a brain in this world would wonder at our breakneck journey around the world. At length they nodded. One removed a curious monocle and placed it into his pocket. It seems you are truthful. Yeah, why you travel through Russia we do not understand. Perhaps you're heading for Vladivostok? We have considered it. Vladivostok is close to all but military personnel. If you were thinking of going that way, choose again. They proceeded to rummage through our cases, tossing our possessions in all directions. Thank you. but evidently finding nothing of interest. Do not stay in Moscow too long. Russian air does not suit Frenchmen. Hello. I took their warning to heart and quite looked forward to departing the Tsarist capital. Your character is now dependable. Hello, Tommy. Welcome to the stream. Which programming language do you use? When I do... Oh, that's right. I have a hobby project I was doing that I stopped in the middle of. For stuff I do on my own, which is not that often, but I started trying to program the card game President. I just remembered. I use Python. That's my preferred language, Python 3. That's also what I taught at introductory courses in programming at uni for a while. I taught Python. Or used Python to teach introductory programming. And at work, it's like Java and some, like, I guess web scraping stuff. I've done like one course in C++ in uni. I was like, complicated. I've seen or done a little bit C#, JavaScript. Yeah, that's probably the biggest ones, but I prefer Python. I think it's very easy to read and user-friendly and kind of high level, so you can learn like the basics, like the programming thinking and like the basics of programming that first, and then you can like go to other languages and like translate to them, in my opinion, because I taught. But yeah. We need to explore Moscow though, because Moscow though, because otherwise we can't get anywhere. Okay, so I guess we're going to Ekaterinburg. I don't think that's called that today, actually. Oh wow, we can. Oh, Vladivostok is on the other side. I see. I spent a few hours in exploration, learning ways in which we might travel onwards. Okay, that makes me think that. Okay, apparently we can't go anywhere today, which is great. So either we go down Astrakhan, or we like try to travel like literally, you know, over Russia like this. But we can't get into Vladivostok, so it's probably smarter. Well, we could go halfway and then see where we end up, because let's see here. China is here somewhere, right? Oh, Beijing, look at that, China. Canton, Hong Kong. I've been to Hong Kong. We can't go to... Wait, whoa. Where's South Korea? Excuse me, where's the K-pop? Hi, hello. Here. Ooh, okay, yeah, well, I mean, back here it was Korea. One country. Yeah, Pyongyang. I guess we can go here and then just like Pyongyang. Departs in 2 days? Ticket will require further 2,900? No. Let's go down here to like Asia and stuff. Well, it's tomorrow, but yeah. Seems like Python's the way to go. C++ is great, but it's hit its limit. Microsoft's looking to switch to another language because Windows and some browsers have some security problems. Oh, okay. I see. I mean, C++ is definitely more like efficient, like memory efficient from what I remember, but like, and you have to manually like throw garbage away, which other languages do for you. So it's like it's more efficient if you have like limited memory and stuff. But like there are still machines that have limited memory, right? But like a lot of like, I mean, your average like phone or computer today, like it's like negligible difference, right? So before retiring, I polish our shoes and hat brims. I spent a few hours polishing shoes in the lobby. I spent a while talking to the hotelier. Oh, let's polish our shoes this time. To better prepare us for the inevitable departure, relations with fog have strengthened slightly. How interesting. We can go here, but we could also go all the way over here to Astrakhan. Ah, let's go one at a time. Freight train. Interesting. Departing in a couple minutes. 3 suitcases, uncomfortable conditions, but we have the fur coat. Let's go. Let's go to freight train. We took a freight train to Tsaritsyn through, it says though the line was nominally a spur of the majestic Trans-Siberian, the track was of much older construction and hardly luxurious. Let us say, it was quite an imposition for Monsieur Fogg, a fact which I attempted to temper with solicitousness and care on our journey, though there was little that could be done to shield Monsieur Fogg from the rickety swaying carriage and whistling draft? Oh, it probably says draft, right? It doesn't say drought. It says draft. Is draft and drought spelled the same? And you just have to like know the context, or now I'm getting confused. Relations with Fogg have strengthened. Cool beans. What is this? Thank you, my good man. I feel better. Oh, okay. Just combed his hair, I guess. By the end of the day, Monsieur Fogg was feeling almost sorry for himself. I could take Monsieur Fogg's difficulties no more. He felt sorry for himself. Or perhaps slightly motion sick from his insistent study of the newspaper. I would get motion sick from that, yes. Could be sold handsomely here. Well, I don't think we need it that much, so sure. Ottoman Railways timetable, you know what? Yes. Part of the railway man set. No, we could. I want to go to Cuba. That's where I want to go. New routes discovered, yes. Discover me some more routes, please. Wadi Halfa. Khartoum. I've heard of Khartoum. Astrakhan is the only place we can go to. Okay. Let us schleppe. Though at first glance the river seemed to nourish the port of Tsaritsyn, in truth its wealth and industry found its source in oil from Baku. Wait, Baku? Baku, isn't that Azerbaijan? So I think they had Eurovision there one year, when Azerbaijan won. Baku. I think so. Vast riveted iron storage tanks were everywhere. I was more interested in the theater. Sure. Which had just opened to much fanfare. It was playing Fortune's Fool by Ivan Turgenev, whose novels I had read avidly in Paris. I was in the minority opinion on Fathers and Sons, having enjoyed it greatly. I was sufficiently exhausted by our heady journey to be nothing but pleased at the chance to while away some hours in Tsaritsyn. Explore. I walked the streets a while, discovering the possibilities for how we might make progress. Yes, please. Tell me how we can make progress. Really? That's the only progress we can make? In 3 days? You know what? Sure. Tomorrow. Fine. Okay, let's get some money out of the bank then. Small affair, but efficiently looked after, and we were quickly seen to. You want to make a withdrawal? 700 tomorrow. Oh, I should have a reply tomorrow. It seems we have some time to dispose of. Come to the bank tomorrow to collect your funds. Drought. Oh, with an O. Okay, drought is with an O, and draft is an A. Yeah. We took a room and settled in, and I washed and hung our linen. Polishing shoes in the lobby, I went out to explore a little. Entered into conversation with a charming Mongolian seamstress. Oh, that sounds really cool. Who had mislaid a locket. which I spotted, and who then, between outbursts of great joviality, let it slip that the quickest way to Omsk is to go via Moscow. Yeah, we've left Moscow. Like, we're not going back. I thanked her. I assured her we were unlikely to head that way. I thanked her. She laughed and went about her business. Funds will be ready to collect when the bank opens. Tapping the clock will skip time forwards. Oh, we missed the thing today, didn't we? We did. It was 8 a.m. Tomorrow. Okay, fine. With the last light of the evening, I did some minor alterations to our clothing to ensure everything was shipshape. Please, let me get out of here. Oh, embark. We have the fur coats, so... From Taritsin to Astrakhan on the border of the Caspian Sea was a short distance, but the train managed to make a great deal of work out of it, huffing its way along the banks of the Volga. Cool beans. I was getting itchy feet from our sluggish speed. I found a train guard to ask about our destination. I asked a bartender about journeys from Astrakhan. I stayed with Monsieur Fogg. No. Shrugged. The hydrofoil to Tehran is good fun, he declared, though it's a crossing that's so rough you better be prepared. We arrived in the mid-afternoon and went to explore this new town. Yes. Let's go to Tehran. Oh, Baku. I was in the middle of the ocean, the lake almost. Can we? No, we cannot continue immediately. Monday, Tuesday. The part's in 2 days. A dancer called Lena Palkala is on her way to Tehran. Negotiate. Tomorrow, 170? Sure. Pass the night. Let's go to Tehran. Tehran is Iran. Yes. City of Astrakhan sits on the tiptoe of the Russian Bear, where the Volga River empties into the Caspian Sea. Found the people to be most friendly, and asked their advice on how to continue on from the city. A passing nervous British seamstress suggested the boat to Tehran, and went on to remark that the devout sisters of Didacus are best avoided in Madras. What should I do with my time in Astrakhan? I asked. The response was immediate. You must bathe in the river mud. My new friend showed me to a small hut by the river where vats of fresh mud were available for soaking in. The idea seemed repellent, or I could not resist the opportunity. To lower myself into a vat of mud. I undressed behind a wicker screen and clambered in. The effect, dear friends, was most refreshing. I relished my solitary respite. I decided to try persuading my master to indulge. Sure. Threw my clothes back in mud-splattered haste. Mud? I do not think that will be necessary. Thank you. Ooh. He ain't our friend anymore. Well then. To Tehran we go. Oh, we need to go here first, I guess. Wait, can I not? What are we doing? Oh. Because I didn't click the part. Okay, fine. See if we can find her. Oh, that's what we're on? That does not looks... Yes, that looks interesting. The hydrofoil across the Caspian Sea was a small affair run by one Alexander Sedlov, a keener and more enthusiastic amateur sailor than I have ever encountered. This is your ship? I asked as we boarded and stowed the luggage away. He patted the side rail of the craft, which wobbled. An ex-military vessel my cousin acquired, he replied proudly. I used to be a clerk, I guess. But the lure of the waves took me by the throat and never let go. Wow. Violent. Okay. He demonstrated. He lunged for me as he spoke. He demonstrated with one hand around my neck. Now this is all I do. Never set foot on dry land. Sea legs are my only legs. I looked at his legs, but saw nothing unusual about them. Oh, hello, Paula. Thank you. Oh, you love my stuff. Thank you. And I am Resonance, I guess? What are we doing today? Well, I'm playing 80 Days for a bit as the channel 8th birthday video, which is not that much about the channel. But, hey, I'm awkward in live streams, so this is good. But the summary of the channel for the last year is basically it has existed, and the future is it will exist. And I think those are pretty good goals. The goal is to exist and to continue the pace that is now with what we have. So, yes, that good goals, I think. There's nothing to be sorry about joining late. I mean, how are we supposed to know? Honestly, YouTube doesn't even show stuff I put. That's fine. That's fine. Well, hopefully I can do some more on my second channel though for this year. I mean, it's sporadic, but put some more K-pop album stuff up because that's fun to show off. And maybe eventually one day in the future actually do that video series on asexuality and aromanticism that I've been thinking about for 2 years. Anyways, there's nothing unusual with these sea legs that this dude says he has. Then he threw the switch on the engine and we were hurled across the water, literally hurled, as though standing aboard a spinning discus as it leaves the athlete's hand. This craft does not sound safe at all. Oh, and Copa. Oh my god, scary. That was last year, in the beginning of the year. Oh yeah, no, okay. The year started wild, where I was like, I got extra scared by that. Normally, I don't really know what YouTube is doing. I'm just like, things happen, I guess. But that, I don't know. I was watching a bunch of videos and that actually scared me, so I was like, well, I guess YouTube is over. But no. So that was good. Oh, thank you. Always been on your channel from your Hidden Object series. Yes, that will always continue being the core of what I do on YouTube. Is the Hidden Object games. They are very nice to record. It takes, they're shorter, kind of what to expect. Easy to record, and it's a nice little like niche community where everyone's like really nice to each other, which is, as apparently is the thing that you say now. It's chef's kiss. The hydrofoil's wild motion did not slow. Is it meant to rotate this way? Is this supposed to happen, sir? Isn't it invigorating? I'm not convinced, monsieur. I know a little machines, and really, there's something a little loose about the suspension, true, but I don't find it too much of a difficulty. Is this craft seaworthy? Of course. Then, just as it appeared things could not get any worse, he pulled out a bottle of vodka and began to sing. Great. Small YouTubers weren't affected by Copa? Okay, well, yeah. Another reason I'm glad I'm a small YouTuber, honestly. I could not wish for a superior valet. Thank you. Good stuff. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure it was like Copa was really overhyped and it scared a lot of people, right? I feel like a lot of things that happen with YouTube, probably like when the first news comes out, people are scared, which I understand, especially if you're you're making your livelihood via YouTube. Well, like obviously, I know there's a thing that people call the ad apocalypse, and like I just didn't notice. I did notice actually that I think this year they actually put like mid-video ads on like everything, like automatically, and tried to find like good points in the video to break. And I just noticed that like last week, and I was like, what? Excuse me? I don't want ads in the middle of my videos. Hi, no. I just want them in the beginning. Why did you put this automatically in all my videos? I did not sign up for this. Goodbye. And I found a setting where I could actually remove all of that, so hopefully that's gone in all my videos, because I don't want ads in the middle of my videos. Like, no. No, stop. No. So that was interesting. By the second day, the broken suspension was all I could think about. None of us had enjoyed any sleep, and while Alexander kept his spirits alive with vodka-laced coffee, myself and Monsieur Fogg were at our wits' ends. I tried to sleep. I tried to take control of the vessel. I really don't think you should do that. Tried to sleep, but obviously could not. After several hours, we came with sight of Baku, and we raised a ragged cheer as though we had survived a shipwreck. We put into land to rest out the night. I'm in roaring health, but we must make haste. Cool beans. Yeah, it's mid-video ads, like, I mean, sure, I want to make money on YouTube, like, that's nice, but I don't live off of YouTube, so I'm like, I really don't need people to have to go through mid-video ads. Like, I want people to just be like, okay, fine, there are ads in the beginning, but then, like, you actually get to enjoy the video, just, like, actually enjoy the video without ads in the middle. Like, please. The story behind the game. Oh yeah, the story behind this game is if you've heard of the book 80 Days Around the Globe, or whatever it's called in English. This game is based on that. So we're trying to travel, essentially, and not die, but also do it in 80 days. Which I'm obviously not going to do in one stream. It's irrelevant, but needed a fairly engaging background game. But, I don't know. Maybe I should have just gone with Triple Town for the 11th time. Honestly. Yes. Around the World in 80 Days. I'm sorry. That's it. Around the World in 80 Days. It's, classic, I think it's considered. Whatever. And this game is like a steampunk version, I think, of that. So yeah, we're trying not to die while traveling around the world, basically. After 6 hours of torture aboard the dread hydrofoil, there followed 5 hours more. By the end of which I think there were parts of my body that had seen no blood flow all day. Finally, the captain sighted land. Tiaran, he declared. Do not worry, my friends. You will find it a most comfortable place to be. Relatively speaking, no doubt. I'm glad to hear it. Sedlov nodded. I'm not convinced he really understood English at all. I fancy he spoke it like a parrot. We disembarked and he held out his hand for a tip. Damn his eyes, but I gave him 10 pounds. I'll be honest, I hit him. No, don't hit people. Give him 10 pounds, whatever. Honor satisfied, we staggered away into town. Oh, damn. Testing italics, nope. Oh, no. We need to stay at a hotel. Get some of our hearts back there in the corner. Tehran was a city of invention and artifice wrapped around ancient grandeur. Bayandor airships floated between the minarets of mosques and church spires glowing golden in the gaslight. I longed to hear a rubaiyat in the manner of Edward Fitzgerald. I sought out engineers. Sure. And I scoured the streets for places of poetry recitation, but found none. The nighttime city was filled with technicians, wiring, and cables. There were even telegraph stations within the workshops, but the great poets of Persia I had imagined. Telegraph stations. Send messages to neighboring places of work, but there seemed to be no art amongst all the artifice. Are you all artificers here? We are, but that is hardly enough to qualify us to make automata. A middle-aged fellow by the name of Rafik remarked. That is exactly what the guild certifies. Then what qualifications do you need? In other cultures, Rafik continued derisively, a copper lily may be enough for an artificer to complete their education, but we all apprentice to other guilds and craftsmen. To truly make automata, we must be jewelers, architects, shipwrights, cobblers, doctors, dancers. But then you must learn endlessly. Why does what does dancing have to do with it? must you also learn the skills of a valet, but then you must learn endlessly. Don't change accents? Is that not what human culture is? Is that not what Tehran is? Endless learning poured into buildings and gardens and inventions. I swallowed. Are you sure you are not a poet? I'm a dancer too, Rafik winked, and we clinked our coffee glasses together. Someone further in called out to the Shahanshah, and we all raised our cups, and some wag added, "May he live forever under the watchful eye of the Prime Minister," and everyone laughed. That is my abiding memory of Tehran, a room full of men and women in the hazy light, a place where people could be both right and humane, I guess. All at the same time, a rare thing in this world of ours. It is a city, I am sure, that will stand forever. I'm sure it will. Can we depart anywhere? Yeah, we can. We can go to Kabul. I don't know where we want to go, though. Well, I guess we want to go east, really. We can go to India at some point. Yes. Let's go all the way to Kabul. Wow, we just made it. Woo! Kamertage. A black metal horse reared from the prow of the Kamertage, a masterpiece of Ottoman style powered by a new type of Persian engine. It ran from Istanbul through the Persian Empire and all the way to the British frontier city of Kabul. That was British? I was glad to be leaving Tehran. Oh, we never looked for the Finnish lady, whatever. I was sorry to be leaving Tehran, a place of true possibility. Still, the Kamertage left us in no doubt that we were leaving. Its engines fired and we rocketed away along the rails. You're from India? Nice. Let's go to India. Let us go to India. Sorry. One of the Armenian porters nudged his Pashtun friend and muttered something uncomplimentary as he watched me struggle to load our things into the luggage car. I focused upon my task. You look very strange for a servant, said the Armenian fellow, whose name turned out to be Abadjan. I looked the man level in the eye. Oh no. Well, I am a strange sort of servant. I'm perfectly a la mode. You look rather strange. Well, I am a strange sort of servant, sure. You look rather strange yourself. I admitted, thinking on the unconventional services I had performed for my master since we had departed London. They only laughed pityingly in response. Monsieur Abadjan tucked a purple lamb's wool pashmina around my neck. Perhaps this will help, he said rather hopelessly. I felt like a prize dog. I stroked the soft fabric. As I returned to my compartment, Monsieur Fogg had made no comment, distracted by the whistles and shouts which marked our departure from Tehran. This pashmina scarf should fetch a good price in Agra, should we decide to sell it. I woke to the gentle rumble of the train and dressed quickly, deciding to wind my scarf around my neck, fold my scarf into my pocket. Sort of a lucky charm. That is not to say, my friends, that I am a superstitious man, but a well-meant gift is not a thing to be taken lightly. Monsieur Fogg saw it peeking out and raised an eyebrow. Very vibrant, he remarked. It was a gift, I said with a smile. You do, he said dryly, have a great facility for making friends. Did I catch a wistfulness in his tone? It was yet another veiled insult. I do believe my master complimented me. Sure, I could scarcely credit it. I think it was a gift of pity. So do you, monsieur. It's a skill you could also learn. I think it was a gift of pity. Rather than friendship, I replied honestly. Was his only reply before he turned away and fixed his attention upon the passing scenery while the Kamertage pulled into Herat, on the border of the Persian Empire and the frontier of British Indian colonial lands. Oh, we're that far back. All right. Interesting. Well, I know that Delhi is in India. Bombay. Bangalore, Calcutta. I know that. Oh, apparently he's dying. We had our papers inspected by a Persian customs officer with a pair of magnificent extending spectacles and a head of unruly hair, in which he kept an array of silver-chased ink pens and folded up notes, and even a glittering brass key. He inspected our documents while turning a small lever behind his ear. A pair of smoked glass lenses slipped over the clear ones, and he inspected our documents. "You are widely traveled," he remarked. "We are curious people." I smiled brightly. The customs officer looked at Monsieur Fogg with frank speculation, no doubt failing to see any sign of burning curiosity upon his phlegmatic features. "Oh, well, it's none of my business." "Your papers are in order. Good luck with your, travels." We repeated much of the same experience with the British customs official a few hours later, and we arrived in Kabul, thoroughly inspected and officially stamped. Yeah, Kabul is Afghanistan, right? Why did I say it like that? Afghanistan. Afghanistan. I think. We will have to explore Kabul to find onward journey, yes. I just want to get into India, my dude. Yes. Look at that. So we explored the city. We were rather unceremoniously seized by a score of British infantry and marched along the walls of Kabul, up the mountain ridge. Up the mountain ridge? Wait, what? Into the fortress of Balahisar. Monsieur Fogg protested our treatment. I joined my voice to his, though my outraged tones rather outmatched his calm ones. We are presented to a small bespectacled gentleman in a palatial office, which looked rather more like a court, despite the piles of books and surveyor's equipment littering the floor. He gave us a glance over his spectacle rims. "I am Mr. Smythe, second assistant political officer of the British mission here. I do not have the pleasure of your acquaintance." "But we have been stamped by all the 3,000 customs officers. What do you mean?" "You have a fine officer." I glanced at my master, who straightened his cuffs, but otherwise looked as though he might have been out for a mid-morning stroll, and had wandered by merest happenstance into an Afghan palace fort. We are definitely in Afghanistan. "I am Mr. Phileas Fogg, and this is my valet Passepartout. I am a subject of Her Majesty, and passing through Kabul with no small urgency." Urgency? The political officer's eyes flashed behind his lenses. "Pray expand a little upon the nature of this urgency, Mr. Fogg." I did not like his tone. He had the measure of my cool-eyed master. That much was certain. Monsieur Fogg was not used to being on the other side of the interrogation table, and I felt rather protective of him as Monsieur Fogg explained his wager and our resultant breakneck trip around the world. I could see Smythe growing astonished or cynical. I mean, both, honestly. Astonished with each word. Finally, he took off his glasses and tapped them on the table. "Were you Russian or Persian spies," he said musingly, "you would have a more plausible story." I could not, in all honesty, disagree. My master's ongoing willingness to risk life, limb, and valet for a bet seemed to me the height of nonsense. I fear I did not keep my thoughts from my face either, as I saw Monsieur Fogg's cold glance in my direction. Monsieur Smythe's eyebrow raised in an eerie mirroring of my master's expression, and he cleared his throat. "A friend of mine is traveling to Omsk. I'd consider it a great favor if you accompanied her." I was suspicious. A particular friend. Omsk is quite far. A particular friend. You could say that, I suppose. She is very particular, her chortled. Think on it. He dismissed us and returned to his papers without a second glance. Quite a commanding fellow. From your second assistant, police. Oh, Fogg doesn't like us anymore. Well then. Okay, but like, I don't want to go to Omsk. I want to go to India. What? No, stop. Hand-woven carpet. No. I want to go to India. Stop it. No. Tomorrow before 11 a.m. Okay. Can't recommend a path in the game yet because it's my first time on this game. Yeah. No, of course. As night fell, tend to miss your fog, I guess, so he likes us again. I am on fine form. Please, let us go to Agra. Let's go. Trunk Road Palanquin. Oh, that's what this is, what we're traveling on. Whoa. We hired a mechanical palanquin for the journey and clambered aboard. Through India, yes. The Grand Trunk Road, stretching from Afghanistan to Bengal, was an ancient trade route. The Mauryas had once used it to trade with the ancient Greeks, and now the British Empire had repaved and restored it. It was crowded with vehicles. Mechanical palanquins larger than our own, loaded down with silks, coppers, spices, and porcelain. The traders all calling out to each other and jostling for space. All were brightly painted, each one bearing an individual's mark. Garish ill taste. Oh, that's one of the longest roads in India? Nice. Yeah, I presume a lot of what they're talking about is like real. I mean, this is 1897, but like real world geography. Like cities and roads and stuff like that. And how it was like 100 years ago. One word used in the US for mountain range is a Spanish word sierra. The Sierra Nevada snow-capped mountain range runs along the eastern edge. Oh, it is actual geography. Good to know. I don't know Indian geography that well. Oh, Sierra Nevada literally means snow-capped mountain range. Oh. Wait, does Nevada just mean snow-capped? Is that what the entire, like, state is just called snow? In Spanish? Wait, what? That would be funny. Does Nevada get snow? I don't even know where Nevada is in the US, honestly. Is it even a state? Am I making things up? Am I confused? Who knows? It does. Nevada means snow-capped or snow. They have a state just called Snow. That is amazing. And funny that it's in Spanish. Florida. Flowery or flower covered. Aw. More like palm tree covered, but yes. Nevada is a state. Thank you. I'm not completely confused. Learning new stuff every day. Yes, that is what we want to do. Jay's journey passed quickly, a blur of color and sound. It was only as the sun dipped below the horizon and the palanquins lit their phosphorescent lamps that I realized we had reached the city of Lahore? I don't even know how to say that. Delhi and Agra. It was only a short distance from Lahore to Delhi, and we had been promised it was a particularly well-maintained stretch of road. Examine other vehicles, called out to the other vehicles, or I played whist with Monsieur Fogg. Sure, let's play whist. With a pack of cards he'd conjured up from somewhere. Barely managed to win a single round. Little surprise given my master's monomania for games. We'll simply have to practice more, he remarked. I was not sorry to see the ancient fortified walls of Delhi appear out of the haze. We continued on. I was weary of being on the road so long, despite the remarkable cities and sights. Yet when Agra came into view and tossed aside any remembrance of my journey upon the ancient Grand Trunk Road, at first I only saw... Wait! Taj Mahal is here? Yes! I did not know. Did I? I don't remember. But cool. Its towers nearly touching the clouds. Oh, I had heard rumors, of course, but the truth of the vast walking city perched high atop its pillar-like mechanical legs. Oh! The Taj Mahal is moving in this version. In the steampunk version, the Taj Mahal is just like wandering around. Interesting. Or the city is wandering around. Agra is wandering around. I keep wanting to say Agrabah for some reason. What would it feel like when it walked? Colorado means red. Ooh. As far as I know, Nevada doesn't get much snow. Yeah, I was like, I feel like Nevada is kind of, yeah, dry desert. Like, that's my impression. When someone says Nevada, I think desert. So many places in the US having like non-English names, which I mean, it should. Like, it makes sense. But it just makes me think of like the people are like, we speak English in the US, and it's like, you're not even speaking English when you say Nevada, so like, shut up. Relations with fog have improved slightly. Yes, Agrabah is from Aladdin, right? Not India. Pashmina scarf should earn us well here. Oh! Yes, we are in Agra. Oh, it sells for 2,900. Yes. Zoetrope. Valuable in Manila, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Honestly, I want to go to Hong Kong. Oh, we have magic playing cards now. Safety harness. Okay. European carriages list. I don't think we need that anymore, actually. Ottoman Railway. I think we're good. Yeah. We need the Caribbean timetable. I want to go to Hong Kong and then eventually to Cuba, I think. We're not even going to get that far in this stream, but Nevada includes part of the Mojave Desert. Nothing Fallout. Colonial states are the ones that have more European names. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. That is true. We started in London. I think the game always starts in London since it's based on the book where they start in London. So I guess we're sort of halfway. Because, yeah. The perambulatory city of Agra was itself a wonder. The Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan had wished to build a monument to his great love, Mumtaz, and instead of a mere building had commissioned a roving city. The vast white granite magnificence of Taj Mahal perched on the plateau atop its jointed fortified legs. The Mughals. I do not know who they were, but apparently a line, I'm guessing, the Mughal Emperor, or like a group of people. Fitting monument to great love, one that my Frenchman's heart could not disapprove of. Her sovereignty was a contested matter. The British had laid claim to her, but she passed through independent territories on her peregrinations. Her power source was an enduring mystery. Yeah, how do you power an entire walking city? How can one claim to own a city that moves from place to place? One is still befuddled the various European engineers who had made her their life's work. As for me, I would not chain such a marvel with the notions of state or government. Parbleu! The benighted city could simply walk away. We boarded Agra at noon. She would begin walking to Calcutta when the sun set, taking us with her on her unvarying circuit. Interesting. Well now, the journey is proving more tiring than I expected. Calcutta. Yes. Oh, the city is just gonna take us there. Well then. Why not? Let's go. Apparently it's the whole city moving, not just the building. It's the whole city is moving. Here we go. Or, is it Taj Mahal? But Taj Mahal is the city here? I think it's the whole city, actually. All corners of the city of Agra. While the sound still echoed in my ears, the city lurched underneath me. Tilting first to the left and abruptly to the right, we were off. The walking city had begun its circuit. She settled down to a regular rhythm after a few tottering steps, and by evening I barely noticed the slight tilt in yaw, developing a kind of sea legs. Comb his hair, I guess. The sound was more difficult to accustom myself to than Agra's multi-jointed gait. Pounded into the earth with enormous shuddering crashes that could be heard even from our rarefied situation. Oh dear, oh no. Yeah, it seems that the city is Agra and then Taj Mahal is like part of it. In it, or part of it, yeah. I stayed in the city center, not wanting to fall off. If flying cities were a thing, history would have been the coolest subject. Yeah, no, it would definitely be more intense in some ways. More complicated, I think. What is a country if all your cities are flying around? Is this the city of Baba Yaga? Who knows? A few birds, okay. The birds sang. I'm sure they might be machines, I don't know. Yes, there were birds in the city. My throat's starting to hurt, so I don't even want to. History can be really interesting. Most teachers just suck at teaching it. That's also true. Learning can be done in differently engaging ways. And it depends both on how you learn yourself and also on who and how the teaching is done. Yes. Master and I took a turn about the top deck as we passed Allahabad, marveling at the glistening white marble edifice of the Taj Mahal. A photographer set up a booth on the lawn and was doing a brisk trade, taking phototypes of families, posting in front of the magnificent monument. For some reason, I really thought I was going to read and posting it on Facebook, and I was like, what? His hands were stained with chemicals, with dark burns visible against his brown skin. He was experienced at his trade. Photograph? He asked in passable French. 10 pounds. Sure. I invited him to join me in the picture. Very well, he said shortly. He was suspicious. I stared at him for a full 20 seconds. Awkward. I had not imagined he would agree. We posed beside each other as the photographer made his equipment ready. I could barely keep the grin from my face. We take a photo, apparently. Your funds have gone down a little. I talked the first time about blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, I mean, I bought something. I would presume so. Facebook pre-1900. Yeah, that would have been... that would have been pretty good. That would have been pretty good. Let's see if that was my phone I heard. Yes, it was. I'll check that later. I was taking a small digestive walk. When I saw a young lady in a bright pink sari. Saris are so beautiful, though. And yellow lensed goggles pitch herself over the outer railings. I screamed. I leapt across the deck. Immediately entangled myself in some coils of rope which toppled me into the railings in a slightly less heroic fashion than intended. I peered over the edge, bracing myself for a traumatic sight, but the woman waved up at me cheerily, suspended from the railing by a length of thick hemp rope knotted about her waist. Wouldn't recommend screaming. Soon as anything happens, just scream. Screaming is good sometimes, but yeah, not always recommended. I collapsed to my knees. I waved back. I did not wave. Just wave back. Their version of TikTok back here in 1897, yes. What would be the memes in 1897? I mean, I don't know history too well, but what would be TikTok memes in 1897? Well, I think they would have to have live music. I'm not sure how much. They must have had recorders or like, but I'm not sure like everyone could buy them. So I guess they had like, they might have like, any music would be like live. They might have, you know, actually, I'm probably thinking of like 1810 because I read Jane Austen's novels over and over. So I keep thinking everything is Jane Austen. Dance, true. Horses pulling Model A's. There would definitely be dance TikToks in 1897. By all means, we shall wave back. The woman sought me out at luncheon, by which time I was much recovered, and she introduced herself as Daya. You must tell me, what were you doing? Adjusting the socket bones, obviously, she replied. What in heaven did you think I was doing? I too often adjust socket bones by throwing myself off a railing. Yes, that happens in other cities. I did not answer, simply happy this particular story ended so well. I must admit, I waited for you to show up before I jumped. An excellent performance. I'll make it up to you. Agra is a big city and all the good stuff is below decks. I'll take you down tomorrow if you want to do more than sightseeing. Whoa, wait, what? Excuse me, what? What do you mean more than sightseeing? In italics? Why do you speak in italics in that last word? It's suspicious. I don't know. Are you selling me secret Pokemon merch from the black market? I don't know what's going on, but that's what I want. Do you have Sylveon merch? Because otherwise, I don't know. I don't think it could possibly mean anything else. I don't know why people are laughing. She swept away into the crowd, leaving me to contemplate her challenge over my meal. We are now zestful. Of course. I mean, now I need to know what's going on. We are gonna go below deck. I am a man who cannot resist a challenge. Daya told me of some of the history and layouts as we descended a series of stairs of increasing ricketiness. Ah yes, I too love safety. I followed until we reached a stop. Pokemon in the 19th century? Yes. Pokemon just magically always. My guide I followed until we stopped. My guide raised her hand. The sound of the engines was vibrating up through the floor. There was no one about. I feel like that takes a weird turn. The walls here were highly polished, blah blah. Then she opened a pair of carved doors, a flurry of people, an enormous set of boilers. I mean, why would we not go into the like underground of a moving city and open a pair of carved doors? Like, yes, I am living in this fantasy world, clearly. Get me into your cult. Sell me your MLM stuff. Let's go. With grave ceremony. Welcome to the lower city. I blinked my eyes against the light, and as they adjusted, I saw where we were. We had come to a township built within the bowels of the city, complete with shops and residences, and even children. Even children existed down here. Yes. Playing games on the streets, though these children tossed adjustable spanners and brass rings. Okay, I basically never hear the word spanner. And there's one stand-up comedian who has it in one of his stuff. I just think about his stand-up every time I see the word spanners. Dara O'Brien. I muezzin called the faithful to prayer. A child threw a ring at my feet. Let's engage with the children. shyly approached as I reached out to hand it back. The ring I saw was old and engraved with measurements. A kneecap, Daya said. We go through 5 or 6 every decade. Daya was clearly a well-known figure and introduced me to her fellow lower city folk with great pride. Almost everyone wore tool belts and yellow-lensed goggles. What do you think of my home, Frenchman? It is fantastic, a hidden world, strange but lovely. It is unconventional. I mean, everything else here is also unconventional, so... You heard the word spanner in episode of Doctor Who, was thoroughly confused. Yeah, the context I heard it was that someone in the audience, when Darrow O'Brien was doing a show, because he talks to the audience, and he was like, what do you work with? And the dude was like, oh, let me just lie, and everyone knows I'm lying, so it doesn't matter. And he was like, I'm a brain surgeon. And he was like, oh, really? What do you do? What do you remove from people's brains? And he was like, spanners. And Dara was like, you remove spanners from people's brains? Yes, absolutely. Let's go. There's a wheezing with a top hat in the current... Yes, there is a wheezing with a top hat in the Galar region, which is actually Great Britain. Wait, isn't Galar wheezing part fairy? Well, fairy Pokemon are superior anyways, so... Spanner is a tool. I think so, yes. No one here knows what a spanner is, but it's some kind of tool, yes. Da-da-da-da. Truth is, I think that all cities have a below decks, my friend, she said. Agras is just more obvious, or less, depending. All too soon, I heard the sound of the bells. There was something hinted at in her tone. Spanner is the British name for a wrench. Oh, yes. Galar wheezing is poison fairy. Honestly, great combo. I don't know about it being Galar wheezing, but like, great combo. Love fairy Pokemon. There was something hinted at in her tone. Whoa. Don't worry, Passepartout, she murmured. I'm not going to eat you. Wait, what? Whoa! Excuse me. I am a small, innocent, pink fairy, this voice with no body. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but excuse me, what is this? Excuse me. Madame, a most awkward moment. Cannibalism in a nutshell. That is true, actually. Galarian Rapidash is part fairy. Psychic fairy. Aren't they psychic? I'm pretty sure they're psychic as well. Yes. But before I could finish my thought, the bells rang out for our stop. The room around me exploded into controlled chaos. Steam exploded from valves, the floor rocked, brass-goggled men and women, just people, pulled enormous levers. Steam exploded from valves. Let's go. People pulled enormous levers and did things in a storm of languages. Everyone's just speaking their own language. Great. The city lurched to a halt and the great heart stilled. We had arrived at our destination, the British city of Calcutta. That is a weird sentence, but I know that the British were there. Once, I never saw Daya again. What? Hatterenalai. Oh, that's right. No. Why did Daya disappear? No. Some of our possessions could earn us well here. Oh. A handsome pharaoh type. Oh. What is it we can sell here? What do you mean some of our stuff can... Oh, you mean this? I'm not selling that. I don't want to sell anything. Step. Cracker biscuits. Let's go. Rather dry without cheese, but they keep well. Of interest to poor, earnest, or prim types. Hunting rifle. A tablet of mint cake. Peppermint tablet. What? Cowboy boots. Part of the American wardrobe set. I am not here to be American, so what do we need a .45 caliber rifle for? Yeah. To sell in Yokohama, it seems. Sell it to the Japanese. Yes, apparently. Let's see, where can we go from Calcutta? We can go ridiculously far away. Oh, to Singapore. And then we can go to Hong Kong. Calcutta was an industrial city which was built its wealth on opium. Pretty sure that's slightly the British people's fault, but yeah. Or just drug dealers in general, I guess, really. Not a specific nationality. Textiles and indigo. But that was not to say it was uncultured. Of course not. Why would Calcutta be uncultured? What is this? The chai shops. Affluent babus and behenjis. I don't know what those are. Babus and behenjis? Discussing poetry and literature. Oh, so it's people. Okay, and the sticky subject of Indian independence. Yes. Seemed there was a discontent brewing. It seemed a natural outcome of events. I said as much, to be loudly shouted down by several pro-British voices. Who in turn were shouted down by those fervently in favor of self-rule. It was certainly a thorny issue, and I wondered if we would be able to avoid all consequences of it. Where is the most dangerous right now? Do you think there will be trouble soon? Several voices agreed, but then several disagreed. It seemed there was no clear answer to be had here. I mean, are we surprised? Not really. We should go to Singapore in 3 days? What? No charge tomorrow? Yes. At 9 a.m. Are we in Calcutta? Yes. Oh. It's been 2 hours. Should probably stop soon. Polish some shoes, I guess. Oh, we do polish everyone's shoes and we make money. Okay. Okay, let's go to... Wait, can we go all the way to Hong Kong in just one go? Yes. Mild seas. This looks like a wearisome experience. Sure, let's go. SS Thunder. Yes, cool beans, yes. Cool. When will be your next stream on this game? I don't know if okay, like this. I don't have a plan. Wait, what's happening? Captain Ong An Lee was a dashing fellow, sure. I chose this game kind of at random, because well, if no one's here in the live stream, cause no one knew about it, then like I have something to read and stuff, but also it's not too distracting, so I can read the chat. But I mean, if like people want to see the rest, and if we actually make it around 80 days, like sure, I'll play it. I'll do a live stream while playing it. My live streams are pretty random because most of the time, let's see what's happening first, blah blah blah, mix of people who spoke incomprehensible sailor's dialect. It was fascinating. Blah blah blah. Oh, okay, no, sure, I'll do another live stream. I don't have a set live stream schedule because, well, I had once way back in like 2015. Then things happened in life, and I barely had energy to exist, because it was being sucked out, I guess. I almost dropped out of school, or I thought about it, but so since then it's like I don't have live stream schedule, and I don't necessarily always have energy for it. Actually, it's going really well this time, which is good. So. maybe I'll have, you know, to do more. Because usually I'm like, it's fun to do live streams, but also it takes energy in a different way than doing like pre-recording, you know, on my own. But at the same time, it's really fun to interact with everyone, of course. So we can, let me see what it says here first. I endeavored to pick up as many words of the odd patois as I could. Early on the first day, we stopped at the ports of Chittagong to take on more passengers, and then we continued to Hong Kong. Cool beans. Next time, yeah, kind of a random time, I'll make like a post like a regular video, which is what I used to do. Because then people will, like, YouTube will actually show it to people probably, about a time that I can find to do. It's also right now my shoulders hurt surprisingly little, so and I had a headache since yesterday, which is now kind of gone, so I'm actually surprised I'm even here. Sounding not dead, but yes, but no, totally. I'm up for doing live streams, but it not like a regular once a week schedule. Sasha announcements. I'll try to get. We can't ignore Sasha videos. Every time I go to the family house, every time I, yeah, I'll make like announcements with Sasha. Sure, I'll try. Let's see. We dined at the captain's table. He made toast, and then asked Fogg if he was an opium trader. I mean, who knows? It is a profitable business, he advised. A man can make his fortune in opium if he is not squeamish. I'm good. Morals are not squeamishness, I replied coldly. The opium trade profits from the weakness through addiction and exploitation. They choose to become addicted. I believe in freedom. The people of China are not children, that we need to mind them like an over-anxious parent. Not good. Gave me a calling look before returning to the captain. Your business is your own, Captain Ong, as long as you conduct me to Hong Kong in 10 days as agreed. Fear not, I have anxious customers awaiting my cargo. Oh great, we're on an opium boat. But we'll make it to Hong Kong, and then we'll see. Oh, I awoke thinking of croissants. Honestly, life. Yes, I need to buy croissants. Do I want to buy them frozen? Anyways. Not just any croissants, my friends, but the croissants made on the corner street where I grew up. Delicately crisp. That makes me think of the meme. Ah! I could have dropped my croissants. I could smell them. Almost feel the texture of the pastry on my tongue. I was so lost in contemplation that I was very nearly late to attend my master's shave. Zut alors. That was random. Yes, it was. The opium boat caught fire. Who cares? The Lascars who made up the crew seemed to find me an object of great curiosity. I found them curious in return. Sure. My attempts to learn a few words from their gobbled together tongue were met with howls of good-natured laughter. A young Malay shyly asked me what Paris was like. It is beautiful, I said cautiously. The Seine glitters like a snake. Okay, this is how you describe Paris cautiously, apparently. The Seine glitters like a snake. The theaters spill light and color onto the streets. The cafes are full of people, because we're not binary gender here, people debating and drinking endless cups of coffee, because coffee just magically exists forever. There are beautiful women and beggars all in the same streets. Well, I mean, I'm glad your beggars are beautiful. Hi, Isabella. Yes. She looked at me curiously. I took a deep breath, dissatisfied with my answer. It is much like any other place. Never mind my thoughts. Perhaps you will see it yourself one day. I doubted she would ever set foot in the city of my birth. Just the start of the stream. Next time I should just like start the stream like half an hour before the set time, and then I just sit here and just like exist and like talk crap. I will be reading next time. I'm not promising, but it wouldn't be funny. Next time I start a half an hour early and I just sit here reading the middle of Emma by Jane Austen for half an hour. For no reason whatsoever. Just like, yes. Let YouTube notify everyone. Mood, a book. Yes. I should read like a random Wikipedia page for like half an hour and just be like, yes. Today we are learning about bananas. I don't know. But now we're in Singapore, on the southernmost tip of the Malay Peninsula. Singapore had been British for many decades, and in 1897. And from the harbour it seemed almost as if some little town in Kent or Surrey had been shipped piece by piece and reconstructed on this far shore. We exchanged some labourers for a dozen or so merchants. What? Why are we trading people? What? The origins of pasta. Yes. Yes. Or I just like I randomly talk about something, but I start in the middle, so when people come in, it sounds like I just told like the juiciest story of my private life, and everyone's like, "What happened?" I'm just like, "Sorry." But that is gone. And then when you watch the stream, the first half hour, I'm just sitting there like, I don't know. Nothing. Troll. Sure, let's exchange some laborers for merchants. As if they're currency, I guess. No, I think that's human trafficking, or what are we doing right now? Honestly? Read about hit and miss engines. Yes, we are doing some casual human trafficking on this opium boat ship because, you know, why not everything at the same time? Selling people who sell things. That is true. That is true. The captain was on deck in the afternoon as I took a turn. He seemed to hesitate for a moment before he approached and abruptly said, "My brother is an opium addict." Your brother? He looked around to make sure he was not overheard. My family is from Shanghai. We were poor, but instead of relieving my parents' care, my older brother became an opium eater who lied and stole. Oh no. See, it ruins people's lives. Like what? Who sold him the opium? How old were you? I was 10 when he began. He shook his head. I left Shanghai as 15. I ended up in Singapore, with nothing to my name but a shirt. And look where I am now. My parents live well on the money I send them. What if your brother? A look of fleeting sadness crossed his face. I do not know. Dead probably, if not begging on the streets. I've not talked of this for many years, but I want to tell you this, monsieur. Things are not as simple as you seem to think. Yeah. Captain Ong bowed stiffly, and my thoughts flickered between the captain's story and the chest of opium, even now in the cargo hold. Okay, this makes it sound like we're about to like steal the opium and like throw it in the sea or something. We had a squall today and were confined to our cabins. I could hear the sailors shout to each other outside as the ship pitched from side to side. Monsieur Fogg, an uncharacteristic display of humanity, was noisily sick in a nearby bucket. I whisked away the bucket wordlessly, or I mopped his brow. Whisked away the bucket, I guess, and replaced it. My master was mutely but undemonstratively grateful. Cool beans. Oh, look at our hearts. We are about to stop existing. Flying cities back then? Oh, I wonder next. We'll be space traveling across town because a merchant offered around the moon. I mean, honestly, like, I presume that somewhere between Cuba and Portugal or Morocco, we're just like, ah yes, let's make a detour to the moon. One of the Indian laborers was lying limp on in the corridor outside our cabin. That's not good. I was half listening and heard something different than bucket. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hello? He looked feverish, clammy, and rather warm to the touch. I called one of the crew. I pulled him into my cabin. I called one of the crew to attend him and watched as he was shouldered away to his cabin. The steward, a wizened Indian of indeterminate, weather-beaten years, clapped me on the shoulder as thanks, and in his disjointed tongue promised to care for him, or at least so I assumed. Oh no. The ill laborer was walking in slow circles about the deck when I came up. He looked over as I walked past, and I greeted him with a wave. He gave me a glare. I was to take up a job at an upcar warehouse in Hong Kong, but now they think I will not be able to work well. I have no job because of you. Oh no. Turned away and I fled the deck rather unceremoniously. Oh, okay. Oops. We are in Hong Kong. In 10 days we got there. Captain Ong was clearly proud of that. He shook our hands with great gusto as we disembarked, his eyes dancing. Good luck, he called as I looked around the crowded, colorful harbor of Hong Kong. Yes. I've actually been to Hong Kong, which is almost like weird to say. Right before the protest started, the timing was like, seriously, it was like 2 days after we left to go home again, it like started. I was like, dang, the timing. He was sick. Him not getting the job isn't your fault. Thank you. I get very vested in games. Some of our possessions would sell efficiently here. Yes. This, right? There we go. Oh, we can buy more rifles to sell in China and Japan. Maybe we should buy this, actually. Cool beans. Gun. Yes. Oh. Well, I guess Yokohama is the next. Honolulu! Oh, yes! Hawaii does actually exist. That is true. Pyongyang. Vladivostok. That's fine. That's fine with you. Passepartout, but I mean, you, me, us. Let's do this because then the clock stops. Pyongyang is indeed North Korea, yes. You've been to Hong Kong too! It is really cool. It is. I bought my first K-pop my first physical K-pop albums in Hong Kong. And after that I was like, yes, need. I need to import. I need. Other stuff aside, Hong Kong is a beautiful place. Oh yeah, no, I mean, stuff. All places have their stuff. I bought The first K-pop albums I bought were the ones I bought in Hong Kong. I need a physical album, I just download all my music. I mean, honestly. Physical albums is more like a collectible at this point. I'm gonna stop here and talk for a bit. And then we're gonna end the stream, I think. There's no like main menu really here in this game, so we're gonna look at the revolving world. I bought Dreamcatchers. I've only bought 2. No, I bought 4. Did I? Yes. I bought all the 4 Dreamcatcher albums with plastic sleeves that I have. It is the 2 before what am I looking at? What and Piri. There you go. What and Piri. And I also bought Gugudan's Chocolate Factory album, or whatever it's called. Oh, we are zestful and passionate and remarkable. That sounds suspicious. That sounds suspicious, but yes. World spins in the background, vomiting around the world in 80 days. Yes. Yes. See, we went to the moon. We're just sitting on the moon right now, looking at the globe. Alright, we're in space. Yes. You're getting dizzy? Oh, I'm sorry. I can do this though, so we don't get dizzy. We can go to the bank. Cause the time, I just want the time to like, you know, stand still. We can do this. There we go. Exactly. We went to the moon. You knew it. You called it. You called it. The moon. For K-pop, I mean, I try to listen to most of what comes out, like like the title tracks of like everything. If it's not a ballad, because then like I'm just not into ballads. But the groups that I primarily follow or listen to everything of really is Dreamcatcher, GWSN. They haven't been active for a while, so I hope they're not like disbanding or like that their company doesn't have enough money. I mean, Donkiz is the only boy group that I like really follow and like watch all their vlogs and everything too. They don't have subtitles, so I have to watch them somewhere else, but yeah. And Honey Popcorn, I mean, they haven't been active for a long time, but, or for a while, I should say. And then I do have all of Mamamoo's albums. I don't really watch extra content with them, but yeah. Don't we all call it the moon? Oh my god, you're so funny. Yes. Well, it depends on if you speak If you speak Swedish, you clearly say English words. If you speak English, you call it the moon. Yes. You are correct. You are correct. Not familiar with those aside from Mammoo DC. Yeah, Donkiz is pretty small. But some of the members have gotten like acting gigs and stuff now. So I feel like they are, and their promotions, every comeback has been like more like outfits and more stuff. So I feel like they might be doing fairly, like, you know, they're doing like okay, like financially and stuff with the company, which is good. And I learned English in the Middle East, which is weird because everyone speaks Arabic in the Middle East. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, if you learned English, you learned English. But that's cool though, that you learned it in the English in the Middle East. Do you learn English in India as well? Like, the impression you have from the outside, or that I have, is that like all Indians speak English, but like maybe that's not even. Oh, you do. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because I'm thinking also like Britain was there and was there. It's one of the most speaking languages in India. Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that explains. Is the other Hindi? That's what it's called, right? Well, I think there are lots of languages technically in India, right? But like Hindi is one of the big ones. Yeah, exactly, right? There are a lot of like dialects and languages in India, right? It is time to learn about India, my friends, in the stream. Yes. There are a lot of languages, yeah. I'm gonna be here for a little bit, and then I need to pretend that I'm not sleep deprived and go to bed. Hindi being the most spoken. Alright, cool. Cool beans. You only know English. Oh, Punjabi is also like a language? Oh, cool. Yes. Hello, Teresa. No, this is the chat. No, this is not my birthday today. The stream is supposed to be instead of a channel birthday video. So the channel, I uploaded the first video on this channel December 9th of December in 2012. So 9th of December 2020 was the channel's 8 years. But I forgot. So now we're here. Thank you. Birthday to my channel. My personal birthday is March 3rd. What made you start your channel? It seemed like fun. I like games, and probably because I like talking, and having a YouTube channel just gives me all the attention. And like, I would be lying if I said that I didn't like talking and the attention. Really talking to myself. I talk to myself a lot. I think that's good. But yeah. I should probably make like podcast or some weird just like format of me just talking for an hour on my second channel or something, just like irrelevant stuff. But I like games, and I saw my youngest brother, he was like watching PewDiePie, and I was like, oh, the concept of, because PewDiePie was like doing a lot of gameplay videos back then, and I was like, oh, the concept seems cool, but I don't want to like be screaming and swearing and showing my face. And then I stumbled upon your Gibbs channel, and I was like, oh, you can record games without showing your face or screaming? Yes. And then I've done it since then. Yeah. Was supposed to learn Spanish in middle school, but the teacher was bad. Oh no. You learn more from Dora than that Spanish class? We have Dora here too. I don't remember. I think Dora in Swedish, she teaches English actually. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Dora in Swedish, when she's translated, she teaches English in Sweden. But that's, so to me it's like really funny that she teaches Spanish in English, but I mean, it makes sense. But yes. Having like some understanding for other languages, I mean, is interesting and helps you with, like, I mean, languages in general are really interesting, so. Write that down, March 3rd. No. Thank you. But yes. How do you say backpack in Swedish? Oh, backpack. Backpack. Ryggsäck. Which literally means back sack, actually. Rygg. Back. But like the back on your body. It's not like in English, because in English the word back can mean as in like walking backwards, and like your body part, but in Swedish, the body part is a separate word. Hello, Wes. Sidwes? Oh, backpack, never mind. I was like, how do you say Swedish backwards? Yes, like rucksack. Yes, yes. I'm pretty sure ryggsäck and rucksack is like literally the same word. Can you play Overlord? No, because I don't even know where that game is. I think it was like physically on CD and I don't even know where it is, so. We're just pausing for now because I was gonna get off the stream soon. Gonna be absolutely riveting for people to watch this afterwards, but you know. My streams always look the best quality. Yeah. Not really. Just chatting, you know, start off the stream and stuff, lol. Yes. True. I do want to do like a stream sometime where it's like, it was actually just chatting and having something in the background that isn't necessarily even like a game. Or it should be something that doesn't require me to read. I'm pretty sure I've done that before, but I would have to choose a calmer, like a game. I would just Triple Town. Just playing Triple Town for 3 hours, honestly. Sounds really good, but yes. Could do reaction vids live. Oh my gosh. Get Overlord on Steam. I don't think I want to play it again. There's no point. I mean, I want to keep my channel to like gaming stuff though. Not get it too like. But yeah. But yes, if I mean, we can continue if anyone's interested with this 80 days around the world and like another stream, random one at some point, and see what other weird stuff we do. I mean, being on an opium ship sounds great. I'm not going to turn it into an all Street Fighter 2 channel. I mean, definitely, you know, I thought about that possibility. It pops up sometimes, but like, tempting, but not really. I mean, Flying Cities really want to know what's next. Honestly, yes. It was kind of boring in Europe, but then in India, it just like popped off. Like, yes. Still a bit sad there was never a book on my Right and Tales 3. Yes. Right? I remember your playthroughs and they were so fun. Yeah, I agree. Those were fun games. There was a lot of humor in them. Those were fun. I feel like you'd like it. Reaction videos? Oh, I would probably have a field day with reaction videos, but like there's so much editing and I don't edit. Minimal effort into my hobbies for the win. Yes. Flying Cities, because why not? Exactly. Wait, no. DDLC. DDLC. What does that mean? Wait, what did I miss? Oh no. Oh, Doki Doki Literature Club. Ah. True. Wait. I was confused. Wait, isn't Doki Doki Literature Club that like dating visual novel game that like randomly suddenly turns into like a massacre at the end and is like really uncomfortable? I know, it sounds riveting when I say it like that, but yes. Alright. Tempting, but currently I'm not super into getting uncomfortable. I do whoa, chill. Well, not a massacre. Yes, psych horror, yeah. I try to do as little horror as possible. I say as little as possible because there at some point, I don't know when, but some point this year, or the first half of this year, whatever, there is probably going to be a horror game, which is a continuation of what we've already played once. So that's going to be a thing. So I hope it's not too bad because I don't want nightmares. But other than that, we're going to do happy, colorful games. Because pink. No, but yeah, because that's what I want life to be. But I do actually have more dating games in Steam. We should do that. I should do that for streaming, playing dating games. Awkward, but also fun. That could be weird, but like fun. But dating games without a horror death. Just awkward stuff. Exactly. Happy, colorful games like Dreamland. You get me. Yes. I make total sense every day. Happy, colorful games, says the person who plays horror hoppa games on purpose. Yes. Exactly. And then we do a time management game with very colorful but drama. So, it's a horror game. Yeah, fair. Yes, with more flying cities and unicorn stuff. Ward Gibbs return for the new RE game. If it has co-op, I wish. But if we're busy, then he seems to have a lot of work. But that would be cool. That would be cool. What is the most game you enjoyed, including the Hidden Object series? Oh, this is always so hard. For recording on YouTube, oh god, I don't even remember all of them. I know there are Hoppa games that I really enjoyed. I do, gameplay wise, I do actually really enjoy I wouldn't play them otherwise, but I really do enjoy the time management games from Game House. Like, they have really good gameplay. Yes, I know the screen is incredibly riveting. Maybe Desperate Housewives, honestly, those super cringy games. Maybe Dandelion, because I kind of like those cringy dating games, except the Dandelion was full of toxic bullshit, I realize now. So I'm like, premise is cool, but the execution was a bunch of BS. And loud. But games outside of YouTube, or outside of recording, probably Persona, Pokemon. Atelier games are cool. A lot of JRPGs, basically, is the only thing I'm saying right now. We should stream dating games. That could actually be cool. Now that presumes that I have the energy to stream at all, which is a separate problem. Ow. I hurt my pen. Actually, I hurt my pink keyboard. You poor thing. Oh, you're probably hearing me clicking a pen. And I dropped that on my precious pink keyboard that on the box says it's a limited edition, but I'm pretty sure it's not that limited, really. They just made it extra expensive because it's pink. And I was like, honestly, I will fall for that. Here, take my money. Yeah, that's why I figure, right? Streaming dating games can end up being hilarious, and like having y'all engage. Oh, you have class now. All right, good luck. Have fun. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna go pretty much now too because I need sleep after a wild week where I haven't slept much, and one of my exes decided to message me, which was all civil, and we're done now, but I was like, this does not happen. My life, just nothing happens in my life, and I'm good with that, so I don't know why this week was wild. But yes. Cat President is a dating game, an odd one. There is a bird dating game. There is indeed a bird dating game. Gibbs has played the bird dating game. I can't even speak. So, I don't know about that. I think Hatoful Boyfriend. I actually think I own that game in Steam. In between my, with my like 400 Steam games, but I don't know if that's my first choice, but honestly, maybe we should do that one. Yeah. We should totally date birds because that makes sense in high school. I mean, if you can, there's a weird, I think it's a mobile game where you date like a horse with a human head, and like that's honestly creepier. So, yeah. And I mean, Dandelion, I mean, they were cursed or something? Yeah, but we technically dated dudes who transformed between Toki, I mean, it was in Korean, but what am I saying? Rabbits. I don't know why I thought about Toki first. Rabbits and cats. What is cat in Korean? I know this. Toki and... Yeah, I forgot the like 2 Korean words I know. But anyways, yes. Checked out Immortals Phoenix Rising. It's Greek mythology, the RPG. I have heard of it. I feel like I've heard it, the name. But I've never looked at it. Let me write on a piece of paper so I can forget it later. Is this a piece of paper that makes sense? Sure. Yes. Piece of paper. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that I'm on my computer and could just like Google it immediately, and I'm gonna write with my handwriting because that makes sense. And look at the screen as if you can see my face, and I wrote that surprisingly straight, but yes. It's supposed to have a lot of personality. Oh, cool. Yes, let me write on a paper so I can forget about the paper. Oh, you've seen the horse game? It's basically just a horse and the girl is just delusional. Oh, the horse tries to kill her with green onions. So it's like, why would you date? Apparently, why would you make a dating game without attempted murder? Because that seems normal and healthy. Yeah. What is life? Who knows? What does dating come to? A little too much. But I guess otherwise people wouldn't. It worked for Twilight. Oh god. Swiping right or left? Yeah. No, sure. Twilight is also kind of creepy. Immortals Phoenix Rising, it says on my paper. Good. Okay. Well, with that, I'm gonna go to bed. Because it's almost midnight here. But thank you all for being here. And we're not going to go to the bank, but sure, I will continue one day, and I'll try to make it more obvious when the stream is so that people can see the announcement. You read the whole series and regret it to this day. I only read the first Twilight book, so I'm like almost fine. Good midnight. Thank you. Yes. I wonder what happens if I close the game. It's probably gonna break everything. Cool beans. No, but like, thank you all so much for being here. It's obviously less awkward for me when there are people here. And I mean, I live stream to interact with people. It's not like if no one was here, I could have just talked to myself for 3 hours. So I'm very glad you're here, and anyone who watches this afterwards, God bless you. And I thought it was very fun chatting too. I enjoy it. And yeah, my train of thought stopped there, so I'm gonna try to do this again. I regard the bank as we entered the manager. Indeed. As we enter the manager. Oh my god. This was fun. I'm awkward, so I'm just gonna be like, thank you all for being here, and I'll see you, like I say in my videos. And have a good day, night, morning, whatever time zone you're in. He's like, I am awkward, close the stream. Bye. Your stream will stop immediately if you click this button, and you will no longer be live. It's almost as if that is what I'm going for. Thank you, YouTube, for clarifying.